Hello everyone, welcome to the Love to Live Healthy show with author and weight loss specialist Josephine Fitzpatrick. Our focus is weight loss and losing it with healthy and clean living. Join us every week to hear answers to questions from our clients all over the world who text and email thousands of weight loss questions daily. Listen and learn how Josephine answers questions to help you lose weight, eat healthy, and feel great.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Love to Live Healthy show. I'm Josephine Fitzpatrick. Today's episode is block out the choices. You know what you want. Okay? Block out the choices. You know what you want. Concentrate on your success. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have for the creation of all the good in your life. But if not used correctly, it can also be the most destructive force in your life. Okay? If you don't use your mind in the right way, it's not going to help you. It can actually hurt you. In order to control your mind, you have to start with your thoughts. When you control your thoughts, you will influence the way you live your life. A great example I have for you is one of my clients that I was speaking with yesterday. She came in, we went over her food, and she said, I can't eat like this forever. And I said, well, you don't have to. What I told her, basically, you gain the weight, now you have to lose it. And in order to lose the weight, you have to eat less than your body currently needs right now. When you eat less, it's going to force your body to take from your stored fat, and that's what creates the weight loss. But this is only temporary. Once you reach your goal, you no longer have to eat less. You can actually add more food in because now you don't want your body to feed off your stored fat. Now you want it to feed off the food you give it. And that gives you the opportunity to incorporate more food in your day. Many of you have heard me speak about this before, and you know the process. But the point is she didn't want to feel that little hunger. And I explained to her, you have the hunger because of how much you've been eating before you came to me. Your appetite is based on what you've been feeding it, okay? Your appetite, you feel hungry all the time because you were feeding yourself like that. And when you overfeed yourself, that goes with your appetite, that goes with your hunger, okay? But once you cut it down and now you're giving your body less than it needs, well, of course, you're going to feel that hunger, but eventually your appetite will also be less. And you won't feel that hunger once your body gets used to it. Once you start eating for where you want to be, like right now, if you're 150 pounds, you're eating 150 pounds or more, right? Because that's why you came to me, because you want to lose weight, because you're eating too much and you're not choosing the right things. You're hungry because you're feeding yourself. That's your appetite. But you want to be less. So now you got to eat for someone who's 140 to get to there and 130 to get to there. And that's going to create the hunger. But you see, you've created the appetite. That's why you're hungry, because you've been feeding yourself too much, and now your body has to get used to less, okay? It's not an easy thing, but it's doable. People do it all the time, but you have to go through the stages. You're going to feel a little hungry. You're going to feel like, okay, I wish I could have more, but you're never starving, okay? We don't even know what starving is. So many of us do not even know what starving is, but you will feel that little hunger because you're eating less. Now, the point here is she didn't want to feel the hunger, so instead she immediately put her mind into the negative. I can't do this forever. But really, you can if you really had to, but you don't want to. And it turns out, as I explained, she didn't have to. Because once she reaches her goal, she can add more food in, okay? Because now she's going from weight loss to maintaining, and she gets the opportunity to add more food in. You know, and what I explained to her is when you're honest with yourself, you also realize that what brought you to me is because you were tired of overeating and gaining weight, and you didn't want to eat like that forever either. So you see, it's always going to be hard, okay? I've said this before, choose your heart, okay? You're overeating, you don't want to eat like that forever because you're gaining weight and you feel horrible mentally and physically. But when you're eating less to lose weight, at least you feel good. At least you feel healthy. You feel like you're doing the right things. You feel like you're, in the direction of your clothes fitting you again. You feel lighter, healthier. But it's hard because you're eating less and you're going to feel a little hungry. But that's, again, you're choosing your heart, which is harder for you to overeat and not fit in your clothes and not feel good about yourself and not feel healthy, or to eat less, be a little hungry, but at least you're being, you're treating yourself, your body healthy, you're doing the right things, you're feeling good about yourself. Which is harder for you? And that's what you have to decide. So remember, the next time you're feeling hungry, it is temporary and it will pass. And you may feel like you're starving, but it's only because you're used to eating more than you currently are. But you are not. And you know this because, like I said before, most of us don't even know what starving is. The hunger moments will pass. It's all temporary. You are only eating less than what you need until you reach your goal. And remember to choose your hard. At the end of our day, our thoughts are everything. And this is what this whole podcast is about. It's your thoughts and how you have to keep them positive so you get and put your energy in the direction that you want to be in. The average person thinks about 60,000 thoughts a day. And that's a lot, especially if they're unproductive and self-sabotaging. Okay. Think about those 60,000 thoughts if they were positive. How much better would your life be? Okay. I know I'm always talking about the importance of having positive mindset. And along with that comes the importance of having positive thoughts. Our thoughts frame our future. Nearly every success story you hear starts with a thought that turns into a dream or a passion, and it's held by the person who wants it, and they refuse to give up on it, and that's why they're successful. And that goes for any area of your life. But think about what I just said. It's the thought that comes first and lays the groundwork for whatever we want our dreams to be. If you think about your thoughts of success, you will be successful. Okay, so if you think, okay, I'm going to be successful, you'll be successful. One of my favorite quotes, I believe it's by Bruce Lee. As you think, so shall you become. I used to say that to my kids all the time. Basically, if you believe you can do it and you think it, well, then you will do it. You'll become it, right? That's what that means. So if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you won't. Our minds are so strong, it can heal us or make us sick. Whatever we think can make our body and mind believe to be true will be true. That is fact. Success in your life always starts with your thoughts. If you're able to believe the truth about being successful, then you'll know and understand that you will be successful, no matter what the circumstances are. You believe it, and that is when it ultimately comes true. It may not be today, may not be tomorrow. You'll have to put the work in, but it will come true. And I know I'm making this sound simple, and I'm sure many of you are thinking that. I always make it sound simple, but really, if you don't constantly get in your own way, things are so much simpler than you make them. If you choose to lose weight and be thin, you do not magically lose weight and are thin because you thought it. It has to start with those positive thoughts, but it has to be followed up with positive action, and that's where you come in. Your thoughts, your actions. Positive thoughts follow positive actions. Negative thoughts will follow negative actions. You always have the decision of what you want, where you're putting your energy, and where you're putting your success. It's always going to be up to you. I want to be thin, healthy, and feel my best. I have to stay on my weight loss program. Eat less, exercise, make good choices, walk away from temptation. All very doable when you're in that positive mindset. I think what is really important is we have to understand we control our minds and thoughts. No one else is in there. It's your mind. Our environment and the people we spend our time with will play an important role on how we think. But if you put the strength and positive energy into your thoughts, you will be able to block out what you don't want and focus on only what you do want. You have to block out the choice, thought, or path of putting your energy in the direction that you do not want to go. Only you can do this. You know what you want. You have to keep your thoughts and concentration on your success. I tell my clients to follow these tips when faced with negative thoughts from friends, family, environment. 1, before you make a choice, hit the pause button. Just give yourself a few minutes to think everything through. What you want is important to you, and how do you want to feel after you made the decision? 2, breathe. Just breathe. Some negative thoughts can really trigger that flight or fight response. Take some slow, deep breaths. Will help you calm yourself physically and mentally to bring yourself back to a positive place where you can make better decisions. This works anywhere and everywhere. I tell my clients to use it when they're out to dinner all the time. Take a second, take some deep, slow, deep breaths and make better decisions. It will help you get back to that positive mindset. 3, write it down. Sometimes when you know you're not making the positive decision, write it down, because seeing it spelled out in front of you can actually help you change that negative thought into a positive one. Sometimes we think more clearly on paper than in our crowded mind. 4, my favorite affirmations, you know I love them. They are positive thoughts that you tell yourself and can help you retrain your brain. Have a few favorites written down in your notes on your phone, and when you feel those negative thoughts creeping in, pull out your affirmations and say them over a couple of times. It will immediately help your negative thoughts release and bring back in the positive. I've seen these tips help my clients so many times. A great example recently, one of my clients has been doing amazing on her weight loss resolution. She's eating great, she's exercising, making all good choices for herself, and she was invited to go out with her friends on a Thursday night. She asked me, should she go? And I said, do you want to go? And she said, yes. And I said, well, then you should absolutely go. Just keep it positive and follow the tips I gave you. She did keep it positive, and her first thought was, I'm going to go and I'm going to enjoy being around my friends, but I know I've been working so hard and I feel so good about myself, I'm not going to self-sabotage. I'm going to order a clean meal, one drink, and it is not going to matter what everyone else is doing or saying. I'm sticking to it because when the night is over, I want to walk away from the table as good as I felt walking in. Love it. Her positive thoughts were followed by positive action. Her affirmation was, I want to walk away from the table as good as I felt walking in. And that is what she did. She did everything as she planned before she went in. She said it got a little challenging between a few friends telling her she looked great, why was she dieting? And then, of course, the temptation of the food on the table, everyone was sharing. But she stopped, took a couple of deep breaths, and decided she felt so good about herself walking in. She didn't want to ruin it. Then she said she looked at everything on the table and remembered what I always say, which so many of you will know and recognize, because you can always decide to turn a night, your one cheat a week, into that night. So she knew, okay, if I really want to cheat, I can make this my cheat night. But do I want that? 99% of the time, it's never what you want. So she said she looked at the table and said, I wouldn't have any of these on my cheat day. So why would I do it now? And she knew right then it was not even worth cheating on. See all her positive thoughts, how they worked for her? She blocked out the negative. She blocked out the choices and instead kept her positive thoughts, kept sticking with what was important to her. When you start with positive thoughts and you do everything you planned because you didn't give yourself the opportunity to self-sabotage, you will have success every time, just like she did. She already knew walking in, she was going to be amazing because that is how she wanted to feel when she left. She blocked out the talk, the stares, the temptation. She blocked out the choice to do what was not going to make her happy. She knew what she wanted when she went in, and she kept her thoughts and concentration on her success. And last weekend, she weighed in at 13 pounds down and was so happy she was able to go out with her friends 2 nights before and still lose weight. And honestly, she looks absolutely amazing. Why would you throw that away when you can go out and enjoy? It's not like you have to sit home and not go. You can go out and do the right thing and feel good about yourself and feel good about doing it and still lose weight and stay on your path and keep your energy towards what you want, not towards what you don't want. Honestly, it's so positive and motivating on every level. And most important, this is what it takes to lose weight. Yes, it's hard, it's challenging, but if you keep your thoughts positive and follow positive thoughts with positive action, concentrate only on your success, you can and will reach your goals. Okay? So keep it positive. Remember, going into this week, this month, this year, it's up to you to keep your 2023 positive and reach your goals. Only you can do it. You are the only one in your mind with your thoughts. Keep them positive, put your energy towards what you want, and you will reach your goals. Okay, everyone, that's all I have for now. I'm hoping everyone has a very happy, healthy week. Much love from me to all of you.
Thanks for listening to Love to Live Healthy with Josephine Fitzpatrick. We hope you'll pass along our web address, innovationweightloss.com, to your friends and colleagues who are looking to lose weight by eating clean and living healthy. Be sure to check out our archives section on our website for previous podcasts. Join us next time for another edition of Love to Live Healthy with Josephine Fitzpatrick. The content in this podcast is not intended in any way as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding weight loss or any medical condition or treatment, and before undertaking a new healthcare regimen. And never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have listened to on this podcast.